Hi, how are you? Happy Father's Day.
She'll grow up and put on her suits and try to change the world.
Today we're going to be talking about my dad. I've made a lot of videos about my mom and her relationship to my circus career and how she helped me do what I love to do. But my dad has also had a huge role in this. So from everything to making my handstand canes, to putting together my first trampoline, to helping me set up and learn how to take care of my rig. He even comes and rigs at gigs for me. Like in high school, he would come haul all my equipment around and help me set it up. So he's definitely been more on the hands-on technical equipment side of things, whereas my mom, as I've said, has been on the business side of things. In his own respect, my dad is also a massive part of where I am today. But the interesting thing about my father is that he has actually had an entire performance career himself. Not in circus, but in music. My dad is Jeff Hale. He is a drummer, and he has toured with Waylon Jennings, Tony Joe White, Tanya Tucker, Lynn Anderson. He is a very prolific drummer in the country music scene. But yeah, my father and I have so many parallels, I think, in what we do. He also took something that he is extremely passionate about and he turned it into a, monetary career. He really does eat, sleep, breathe music. It's always been a part of my life, and I think it is the main part of his life, which has always been inspiring to me since I was younger, because that's exactly what circus is for me. It feels very much like the same caliber. And I definitely got a lot of great work ethic from him. He takes his craft so seriously, and he's very dedicated to the time and training it takes. My father started drumming at 8 years old. I started circus at 9 years old. So once again, we've both had these passions for a long time. He did classical guitar and percussion in college, and he was the drummer in the A-level jazz band in Memphis State. So he has a lot of really amazing credentials, and he's done a lot of really amazing things in his career. I'm gonna put some of his bio in the description of this video if you want more specific things. But yeah, he's worked with a lot of really big names in country music. And it's crazy because I was touring a lot when I was younger. And so to see him have this kind of touring lifestyle, and I would go with him to shows and I'd be backstage and all of that. And now, as he has gotten older and his career has aged, he now does a lot of production, and he's on the production side of music. And that is exactly how my career is gonna go. So it's very interesting, I am trying to tour and perform, but I'm also going to be going into the production side of performance art. And so I think it's interesting because my father and I have very different passions, but they overlap so much. As I said, my father does a lot of production now. Our bottom floor of our house is converted into a fully functioning recording studio, which is really amazing. The intro video that you heard on this video and every other video I have posted on this channel is my song Daisy Girl. If you didn't know, fun fact, I'm singing the intro song. But that was only made possible by my father. He recorded that song with me. He wrote the song with me. He has done so much for me in high school. And he always has, I think, such a good, supportive spirit with what I do. Both my parents do. I'm very fortunate. I've talked about this before. You can do it alone. You can make this passion a career on your own. There's nothing stopping you, but having that family support, it's such an extra level of help that I do not take for granted. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about him because I don't think I've ever talked about really specifically who my dad is, but so Dad, I love you. I am so glad to have you in my life. I'm so happy that both you and Mom support what I'm doing, because It takes a lot. I know you know that it takes a lot because you've done it yourself. And I couldn't be more proud to be button hyphen hail. I love the side that is the hail. And yeah, so I hope you have a good Father's Day. I hope everyone watching has a good Father's Day. And I will see you on Wednesday. And Dad, I'll see you next week.
This little Daisy girl wasn't made to break.
Also, shout out to my dad for giving me all of my genetic skin problems. You're the best for that, thank you. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, he did give them to me, but love you, Dad.